Hello and welcome back to the Kimberly Lovey podcast. I am your host, Kimberly Lovey. You guys, today we're talking breakups. Now look, I'm going to quell any speculation. Why is she talking about breakups? Is she breaking up with her husband? Did she have a boyfriend on the side and they're breaking up? What exactly is going on here? I love it. I love all the things, all the drama. Sadly, or maybe not so sadly, that is not the case. I am actually choosing this topic today because I've actually had a listener ask me to please record an episode on breakups. So, Roseanne, sweetie, you have come to the right place. I'm here for you, baby. Let's roll up our sleeves and get you back to being fabulous. Okay, guys, I'm going to go deep on breakups. And look, if you have any other additional tips, because all of us have been through a breakup, a bad one, then send me a note and I will also read them or share them back to the audience on my Instagram. So this can be more conversational as well. All right. Poor Roseanne, sweet, sweet Roseanne. I'm talking to you, baby, sweetie, baby, honey. Pooh Bear. Get it? That was a Legally Blonde reference. Okay. First of all, just for those of you that don't even know who I'm talking about, Roseanne is in her early 50s. She has a head of hair that you would not even believe. Her hair is thick. It's dark. It's that perfect wave. No frizz. It's long and just disgustingly beautiful. Her skin is smooth like butter. She looks like she's 35. Guys, I'm not even joking. Sweetie, if a man's is not looking at you like the goddess you are, honey, move on. All right, listen to me. You have a girl gang behind you, okay? So, for those of us that have been in these lovesick relationships, I've been in more than one. It is tough. There is no question. Breaking up is no joke. It's truly like experiencing a death. And why do I say that? Because you basically get used to having somebody in your life every day. And depending on them emotionally, physically, logistically, maybe even financially, that person usually is basically your co-pilot. And it's really difficult to break up with somebody who essentially has been your best friend and your lover and your everything, your confidant. So this is not something to take lightly, whether you were married or not. That's like the paperwork, right? So there's really a lot of validity to the depth of despair that one finds themselves in when they're dealing with heartbreak. So I'm going to just say that you're going to have to do a little bit of faking it until you make it. And you really are going to just have to recreate a lot of new habits. And it's not going to be easy at first, but like anything else, it's always going to be harder at the beginning. And once you hit a new stride and start establishing new patterns, behaviors, habits, routines, all of that, it's like, boom, you've turned the page. Okay, so I think the hardest part is really building up your strength to get to the point where you can really start turning the page, even if you're not ready. And so listen, if a relationship is hard work and not in a good way, and it's toxic and it's painful and it's constant arguments, it's a bad relationship. I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. Okay. If you're fighting about having keys to each other's houses or just those kinds of things, like it's wrong. Okay, look, when I was dating Brian, he gave me a drawer in his dresser for me to just have anything I want to keep there. And that felt like, oh my gosh, this is a huge deal. I didn't even have to like bully this guy into this. I didn't have to beg him. Okay. So look, if it's tough, it's not healthy. Period. End of story. Okay. That is the harsh reality of it. And I'm telling it to you straight. So all of these stories that you're telling yourself about how much you love this person and, oh, he used to send me flowers every week. Look, sweetie, that's great. Go get your own damn flowers. Go to Trader Joe's. Go get yourself some gorgeous white hydrangeas. Grab some fill-in roses. Make yourself a beautiful bouquet. Make it a whole activity and fill your own cup, sweetie. You're a goddess. You have the vagina. Okay? I said it. You are the prize. You are the prize. Men need to earn the right to the prize, period. So this leads me to probably the next biggest, most important thing. Men are hunters, women are gatherers by nature, right? So if you are chasing a man, what happens when you start chasing someone? What do they do? I mean, physically speaking, like go back to first grade. If somebody is chasing you or you are chasing them, what does the other person do? The person that's being chased is what? They run. They run. So look at the name of the game is to be chased, period. Okay? Care less. You need to care less. You need to be the prize. If you are chasing the man, and look, I'm all about equality for women and men, but at a fundamental level, if you're trying to get a guy or get over a guy, you do have to understand a little bit about human nature. And this was one of the hardest things for me as an alpha female to learn. You do not chase a man. Period. End of story ever. You're the prize. They have to earn it. And the more they work for it, the more they'll respect you. You will be the goddess in their mind forever. So from the beginning, you need to have the man chase you. If they're not chasing you, they don't care enough. And therefore, you just saved yourself a whole bunch of heartache because here's a guy that doesn't care about you. Now, if you're chasing the guy and lowering your standards and making it easier and easier on them to get you, they actually will have the opposite reaction and they will care about you less and less and less and less. You have to take back the power. Men want the woman to dictate that, okay? They respect you as much as you respect yourself. So if you are sitting there lowering your standards, a man is not going to sit there and be like, oh, good, it's easy. This is great. No, they're like, this girl is way too easy. She doesn't respect herself and therefore she's trash. And so I'm going to start treating her like trash, like she's optional. Girl, you are not optional, honey. You're a must have, not a nice to have. All right. So stop lowering your standards to make it easy for a guy to have you. Do not do that. It's the number one worst mistake you can make. And I mean that in many ways. Don't make yourself available. Do not have sex too early in a relationship. Do not let a man in your life easily. They have to work their way and earn their spot. Okay. And I'm talking about like every time they try and date you, you should be turning them down multiple times before you finally say yes, okay? So let's just be clear about that. So anyway, back to the actual breakup. Now look, you need to fill your own cup. You need to love on yourself. How long did you go, sweet Roseanne, before you even met this man in your life without him? I understand that when you're breaking up with someone, it actually feels like you're going to die because part of your life is ending. And I get that. And it is an ending. It's an end point, but it's also the beginning of something new. So the less you resist it, the better. You're not going to suffocate without this human. Okay. You don't actually need him to live. I assure you, you do not. Okay. And so you need to stop placing that level of emotional need on another person outside of yourself. If you're that desperate for someone to make you feel whole, there is something very wrong with you. You should be in a place where you are so happy on your own that in order for someone to step in to your life, they will only add to your life. Okay? You should feel so confident that you do not need anyone to make you whole. And if you are not in that place, if you're one of those people, and believe me, I've spoken to many of you, and I know you're there, and I know you're listening, then if you are one of those people saying, I hate being alone, I can't be alone, that is not right. So if I am speaking to you, if you are one of those people saying, I can't be alone, red flag. This is a red flag. Okay, let me be honest with you. I wouldn't date you That is one of the biggest issues and the most dangerous places to be. So, if that's you, you have work to do on yourself before you should even consider dating. Okay? Why are you so uncomfortable with yourself? What is so terrible about sitting alone with yourself or enjoying a meal by yourself? What's going on deeper? There's something inside of you that you actually can't stand. Because if it makes you that upset to be by yourself, you need to be probably going to therapy and you have a lot of work to do on yourself. Now, some of these things might even stem from childhood. Maybe you were never alone before. You've always had, many siblings and a huge family and you're just not used to it. Okay? So, you have to take a very close look at yourself before you can even begin to attract the right person into your life. And I'm very, very firm in this. And I really think this is probably the number one most critical step of finding the right match. And how do you even begin that journey? You need to just start practicing being alone. Look, if you let me have my own apartment by myself, let me just go do whatever I wanted to do, work as much as I wanted, travel wherever I want, buy whatever the hell I want, hang out with anyone at any point, day or night, and just have that freedom again. I mean, it would be glorious. No offense to my family. Believe me, I love them dearly, but I love being alone. I have a blast. I mean, look, I can listen to podcasts, any crazy podcast that I want without anyone judging me. I can watch bad reality TV without anyone judging me or having to share. I can eat stuff that no one can shame me for. I mean, the world is unlimited when you're by yourself. I don't understand how people don't love being alone. I love being alone to the point where it's dangerous, where I literally, before I met Brian, I was like, wow, I am super happy on my own, to the point where I could literally live the rest of my life by myself, like with just like friends and, etc. Like traveling and just, having my apartment the way I wanted it perfectly, like no compromising. Come on. That's like dreamy. So what I'm saying is lean into your power, fill up your own cup. There are things that you enjoy in life. Okay. A lot of things. And if you're uncomfortable being alone, you're not even tapping into your own joy. You don't even know how to make your own self happy. I mean, that's crazy. And if you're sitting here confused, like, oh, I don't know what makes me happy. Girl, yes, you do. Yes, honey, you do. And here's how you can think about it. You can literally sit back and be like, okay, I have perfect freedom. All I have to do right now is focus on me. That's my job, is to love on myself. What is it that I would love to do right now? Is it going to Trader Joe's again, and again, not expensive, buying yourself a filet mignon and pouring yourself a delicious glass of Maomi wine and putting on some Frank Sinatra and romancing yourself and dancing in your kitchen, maybe adding some Brussels sprouts and drizzling on your favorite truffle oil? That's right. Fill up your own cup. Make yourself happy. Then you can switch over to the couch, put on your favorite ugly socks and your hideous pajamas, maybe even with holes. Hopefully they're at least clean. And watch some Housewives or Kardashians, and no one's there to judge. You can binge watch till 3 a.m. and you have no repercussions. I mean, come on. This is glory. This is the highest, most best form of glory. Okay, so anything that someone else used to do for you that made you happy, do it yourself. Like I said, make your own flowers. So every time you feel sad, you look at those beautiful flowers and you say, wow, this makes me happy. It reminds me of my strength and my spirit, even though I'm feeling down. It's just a reminder. Do these things. Do you love to go hiking at Runyon? Do you want to buy a dog? Do you want to hop on a flight to Vegas and go watch an Adele concert? I mean, literally the world is your oyster when you're single. I don't understand how people cannot lean into this so hard and just love it. So, look, I know that it's very traumatic to try and end a chapter and start a new one. And it's incredibly depressing and uncomfortable. And I'm not trying to minimize it because it's very valid. But you do have to face the facts of this person does not deserve me. This was not healthy. And it doesn't mean that person is a bad person. It just means it was not a good relationship for you. Okay? So it's not about even bashing the other person. It's not about them. It's all about you now. It's all about you. Just love on yourself and stop romanticizing that relationship and start remembering how bad you really felt every day in that relationship. You felt undervalued, degraded, not important, unloved, desperate. I mean, who needs that? Cut it off. That's like a hole in your pocket. That's dead weight. That's something bringing you down every day. You should feel so free and so much happier. And I think what's going to happen is once you start faking it, you will start to realize, oh my God, I'm having way more fun. And you're going to start to build momentum and you're going to start to smile again and you're going to start to find true joy. And once you start on this process of loving yourself, filling your own cup, and really accepting your new reality as quickly as you can, I swear to God, that is what will heal you. What will not heal you is running back to that same person that is actually toxic for you. Don't find excuses to go back to their house. Oh, I left my sweatshirt that I needed from 1987. No, you didn't. You left it there on purpose and you don't need it. Okay. Oh, I needed a ride. Come on. Get an Uber. Ask a coworker. Ask a friend. Walk. Anything. That person is no longer your solution. They are part of your problem. Okay. So again, the faster you can realize you're the prize and really start living that way, that is the only path to healing. And I'm letting you know this now. You can sit there and keep trying the old way, which is running back and lowering yourself and acting desperate and having that person think less and less and less of you each day because you keep lowering your standards and sharing with them that you have zero self-confidence, which is the least attractive trait in somebody. Forget all that. Put it to bed. Be done. Face the facts and gather your strength. Come on. If you're so bad and you have that much guilt about being you, there's deeper issues there, in which case you should not be focusing your efforts on fixing other people. You need to be fixing yourself. Find your joy. The other thing I'll say is, do not give yourself away physically. Somebody needs to earn their spot in your life. Look, if you're a loyal girlfriend or even just friend, at some point you need to know your own worth. And also at some point you need to say, gosh, I'm so tired of being stomped on and used and not valued. And I deserve more. And so you need to start setting real boundaries for yourself. And so once you're finally in your place where you're feeling like you're happy again on your own, you need to be very protective of that. And for women, that means no having sex with somebody. Okay. You think that doing that is going to help have a man, want to be with you more. No. The man loves the chase. Don't emasculate them by taking away the chase and giving yourself up. That is the fastest way to more heartbreak. Okay? You're the prize. When a woman has sex, it becomes an emotional thing. No matter what anyone says, it's biological. Look it up. Men are wired differently than women, period. Right? So that means as a woman, you have to date in a very different way. You have to have a man chase you, court you, and earn your time. And also they need to make you feel secure emotionally before you even consider sleeping with them. Very important. And let me tell you something. If a man does not respect that, then he's not the right guy. You should never have to justify that. Now, what you are doing is you're setting a boundary and you're basically signaling to a man, I'm the prize. I know I'm the prize and I respect myself enough to not lower myself and just give myself away. No, no, honey. You have to really, really be worthy for me to get to that point with you. And you're going to have to prove it out over a period of time. And I don't mean 3 dates. Okay. So by the way, I do talk a little bit about this in my husband hunting episode, which is like one of my first episodes. So you guys can check that out also. But if you continuously are finding yourself in these relationships where you're chasing a man or begging people to date you, it's wrong. It's wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay. So if you don't value yourself, who will? Now look, go find coworkers, go find friends that want to go have a drink with you. Tell them about your heartbreak. Tell them that you're hurting. Can I tell you something? I guarantee that person, whoever you're sharing that with, is going to understand, because I guarantee they've been through a heartbreak too. Okay. So it feels super lonely and miserable, but you suffering on your own is also really tough. So just because you're single, it doesn't mean that you're isolated and lonely. It just means that you're not dating somebody and in an emotional relationship with one person. You should definitely be surrounding yourself by people that lift you up and bring joy to your life. Go do a yoga class. Go try different things. Keep yourself busy. Busy, busy, busy. Find new friends. If there's somebody that you like at work, like as a friend or a mom or, whoever in your kind of everyday life that you're like, oh, they're always really nice. Why don't you ask to hang out with them? Spend more time with that person. You really like that person? Go to lunch with them. Go surround yourself with people that are uplifting to your spirit. It's about your spirit. You need to reawaken your childish joy again. Nurture yourself, love yourself, and dream about fun things you want to do. Maybe in the next 3 months, we're almost at the end of the year. Go do some fun stuff. So all that to say, I hope that this is helpful. And I know breakups are tough, but please do not run back. The old way was not working for you. The relationship was not healthy. It was not romantic. It was not good. So every time you get caught up in this cycle of rewriting what it was, go back to what it really was. It was hurtful, it was painful, and it was negative. Okay? So, Roseanne, sweetie, I hope, my love, that you can look in the mirror, see your outer beauty, and find your inner beauty, and see all the fabulousness that you possess. You're kind, you're funny, and you're sweet, and you're loving, and you deserve somebody that sees you for exactly who you are. And please, please do not go back to a toxic person for you. Go love on yourself hard and enjoy the freedom of being alone. Because let me tell you, honey, married with 3 kids, you get none of that. I could barely go to the bathroom alone. All right, guys, I hope this was fun. I hope this was helpful for any of you that have gone through a breakup. I know it's not my normal kind of topic, but if you liked it, let me know. And I'm happy to have more discussions around relationships and all of that stuff, because obviously they're super important to our lives. And with that, I'm signing off.
All right, that is it for today. Now, as you know, some of our best conversations actually happen after the show. So I want you to find me on Instagram at Kimberly Lovey and let me know your thoughts about today's show. You can screenshot this episode and let us know what your biggest takeaway was and tag me at Kimberly Lovey and we can share it on our stories. I will see you again, same time, same place next week.